Hello and welcome to this super awesome special Halloween episode of Spooky Gals. Woo! We're your hosts. I'm Katrina.
I am Jasmine, and we have a very, very special guest today.
A very special guest. We have Lucy from Wine and Crime.
Hello.
Woo, hello, Lucy.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I am such a massive fan of Wine and Crime. I'm like fangirling a bit. But for any loser who hasn't heard of it, do you want to describe it in a few words?
Yeah, sure. So Wine and Crime is a podcast where three friends chug wine, chat true crime, and unleash our worst Minnesotan accents. I'm not sure if you across the pond people can really tell when we slip into our Minnesotan accents. But
So one of my best friends here in Hong Kong, one of my best friends here, she is from Minnesota, and it's hilarious because she only like slides into the accent when she's really drunk.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful to witness. So I assume that's why you guys drink the wine, to kind of aid that sort of aid that journey.
Yeah.
And you know what, I really appreciate that.
When we're all around each other too, we sort of egg each other on.
God.
Yeah.
This is
I
once
can imagine.
again a truly international feat right here. So I am, of course, in Hong Kong, China, and Katrina is in Liverpool, England. And Lucy, where exactly are you in the States?
I'm in Des Moines, Iowa.
Ooh.
So
Just like
right
the
in the
Slipknot
middle.
album.
And she has a cat.
Yeah. Oh, yep. Ray is joining me as he usually does.
Oh, he's gorgeous.
He's a big fatty. Come here. Get on screen. Sometimes he's camera shy.
It's okay.
Oh.
But yeah, Slipknot's from here. So
Yes, I was going to say I like
Mm-hmm.
that a lot. I like the rap.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Me too. And Jasmine actually just went out to buy some wine in your honor.
Yes, I did.
Thank you.
It's very warm.
It's
I
9
bought-
a.m. for me, so I'm gonna pass on the drinking.
Yeah.
Got some ice water though.
I do feel like I'm the only one of us who is in a time zone, which makes it fully okay to be drunk. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't put it past myself to be drunk at either 3 o'clock or 9 a.m. But I do think 10 p.m. is a more universally respected time. So I will drink for all of you. It's all good.
What are you drinking?
This is a Oyster Bay Sauvignon Blanc 2017, and it is warm. It is very warm. It like when Bear Grylls drinks his own piss, it kind of feels like that.
Okay. At least it's not hot.
It's
she ran out for it 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, and I was shocked that the 7-Eleven around the corner in this like tiny local Chinese village did not sell ice cubes. They had two kinds of wine, red or white, of course, and no ice cubes. So you know what? It's fine. It's all fine.
I feel like you got lucky with the Oyster Bay Sauvignon Blanc, though.
Yeah.
In a remote area of Hong Kong.
Honestly, yeah. Go Hong Kong.
I thought it would have been just like a little man's own blend of white wine.
You know what?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if they're just like using the Oyster Bay bottle and it's like, yes, fresh from the sea.
Maybe.
Just like the Victoria Harbour, just bottled and sold off with Oyster Bay.
Gross.
But anyway, so it's really great to have you, Lucy. Thank you so much.
I know. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're very excited. So our plan for this episode is to first sort of interview you about maybe some of your own spooky experiences.
Okay.
We know that you are an avid collector of slightly morbid things. So I would love for you, if you have your jar of goat bones, if you wouldn't mind shaking them.
Shake your bones, girl. Shake your bones. Oh.
So yeah, they're bones from a goat tail.
Nice.
And they're in this beautiful cactus-shaped jar.
Beautiful.
It was made for drinking. It's got a little
It is
straw on top.
beautiful. Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, those are my bones. Well, some
Delicious.
of them.
Some of them.
Just a
Because you
few.
do actually also have some human bones.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
you can maybe see behind me.
What was her
above
name?
this. Lori.
Laurie.
Oh well, that's what I call her.
Yeah.
They're just human arms and hands, and they sit like this around my plants.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Sort of see
And
my
also,
plants on my back windowsill.
and I was going to ask a question. Is that Chucky in the picture?
The painting.
Yeah.
It was actually a self-portrait of a friend of mine. She had a
Oh.
photo of herself as a baby sitting in a basket.
Aww.
And I'm
Aw.
not sure why she decided to like creepily streak the eyes. But
Yeah.
like
There's
some
something
creepy
very
streaks on the
ominous.
eyes. Oh,
I'm
it's
enjoying
creepy.
it. I'm enjoying
love
it because you
it.
know, like the new Chucky
Mm.
series just began today. So I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
creepy doll, amazing coincidence. So, baby.
Well, if anyone's the creepy doll, it's Tressa. Here, she's right here.
Tressa.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
Oh.
that sounds so cool. Katy and I love weird shit like this.
Okay, that
that's-
is a thing. That's
This is
wow.
Tressa. Yeah,
Tressa.
she's magnificent. I love
She
her.
has no eyes.
Correct. They're just
She's
voids.
black hole.
Tressa sees everything. She's
Her
Yeah.
eyes are in. They're in her head.
They're
Does she
in-
jangle?
Wow.
Oh,
That,
Well, yeah, just her eyeballs are somewhere inside her head.
yeah,
That's
that's
amazing.
horrifying.
fucking,
Yeah.
fucking anarchy. Does it patron? No.
Is she haunted?
I don't think so.
You don't
She
think
gives
so?
me
Okay.
good vibes.
Oh, good. Okay, that's all that
I like
matters.
her. Yeah.
I think
That's Tressa.
I was getting that same feeling. I feel like that was a really beautiful moment where she just looked
yeah.
right into my soul. I feel
Uh-huh.
rather cleansed actually now.
Yeah, that's good.
She saw you, and
Good.
maybe how and when you die.
I would love to know.
Good vibes.
Actually, well, no, that's a fun
No.
question to start off our
Mm-mm.
interview. Okay, to start off our interview, if you could know when you were to die, would you want to know? Lucy, you go first.
No. It takes the excitement out of it. It's kind of fun to think that like you could die at any moment.
I
In
have
any
like
manner of ways.
yeah, I'm gonna say no, but I have like severe death anxiety, so
Oh.
I'm not gonna think about it too much, otherwise I'm gonna spiral and then I'll be useless for like a week.
Yeah.
So,
Let's not think about it too
What
hard.
about you, Jasmine?
I think I'd like to know. I mean,
Oh, of course you
because-
would.
because then I could know how much money I could spend. You know, because most of my life is like, well, what if I need that? What if I need that money in the future to stop myself from being homeless? But if I'm going to die next week, fuck it. I'll just buy.
I'm glad you're in that
Yeah, I
financial
don't-
position because I have like £50 in my bank account.
I mean, £50, which you could
Which-
spend today.
Yeah, if I don't have to get like buses to university for the next month, yeah, I could spend that £50.
What would
But-
be the point of university if you knew that you were going to die at a certain,
Precisely.
you know?
That's also true.
Lucy knows.
Very
She
wise.
knows.
It is very wise. Yeah. So after we've conducted our spooky interview, I thought you'd appreciate this with the bones. I have some I have 4 practical uses for human bones. So I will be
Ooh.
reading that. It's very
Okay.
exciting.
Okay.
And then we have a game to play.
I
which
downloaded the
is-
file.
Did you? I'm
Yeah.
so excited. I had to plan each round out quite well, just so like it went together. But
Okay, I'm
we
excited.
will be playing that, and it originally started as cryptid snog marry avoid. I'm not sure if you like
Yeah.
have-
We call
yeah,
it
heard
fuck,
of that.
marry, kill. but
Yeah. But thinking like ethically, most of these creatures aren't like human, so maybe we should make it a hug rather than snog. But that's only if you choose to. I mean, I know Jasmine loves to toe the line and try and piss as many people off as possible, try and offend as many people. So she can stay with snog, but there are some creatures on this that, like, you know, you definitely would want to keep it friendly.
Okay.
But
You never know.
So,
You never
very
know.
excited. You never know.
Never
I mean,
know.
if that's your thing, like,
we're not here to yuck your yum.
yeah. It's
That's
like
an amazing. What was that? We're not here to yuck your yum. That was the most beautiful. I love it. But like, do you see how it sounds very cute when you say it, Lucy? But when I say it, it sounds like a really snooty old man. You know, like,
It's the accent, man.
it is. Yuck your yum.
yeah, you sound like a dirty old man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like in a trench coat in a park, like in front of children.
Lucy, do you know what a nonce is?
Can't say I do.
I only ask because one of my friends here would use the word very liberally to describe like everything.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that wall's noncy. Oh, that floor's noncy. And I was like, how is the wall a pedo? How is it a pedo?
Yeah, it means pedophile.
Yeah. And she was like, it means pedo? I thought it meant ugly. And I was like, oh no.
Amazing. Is it like Nonce?
Yeah.
Nonce?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like British slang, but like again, it's like, you know, like back in the day, like kids always used to call things gay.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's the same as that, but like
okay.
But yeah, it's fallen out of fashion now. Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm so sorry.
You're a nonce.
Yeah. Okay.
Phrase rather noncy.
Bring it to the States. I love you, Lucy. Take it.
Yeah, Lucy, that can be your your calling, is to bring the word nonce to the US.
I'm feeling super cultured all of a sudden.
Yeah, good.
But I think I also am going to just start calling everything noncy.
Just do it. Do it. And when people ask you what it means, just say Google it.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, anyway, I'm so sorry.
It's not ugly.
Yeah.
Not a blanket term for ugly.
So whenever you are ready, Lucy,
I'm ready. I was ready.
Love to hear any spooky stories that you have. Any personal stories? Especially,
I do. Especially what?
Oh, just like if you brought home a cursed object. We love cursed objects.
Literally,
Our last Halloween episode was on cursed objects.
Ooh.
Which we did with Brooke from Wise, who's amazing. But so we each did like 2 cursed objects.
That you personally own?
No. Thankfully, not that we own. But
Kathy's far too superstitious
unfortunately,
for that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll start off by telling you about Robert the doll because I have this snow globe right in front of me.
Oh my
have you heard?
God! Yes, we actually we covered him on. Was it a Patreon episode?
I think it was the Halloween episode, wasn't it?
Was it the Halloween episode? Yeah.
Cursed
Robert the doll snow globe.
Oh my God, he looks
so
majestic.
Yeah, he's awesome. He lives in Key West, Florida, and I was just there this past July, so I had to go see him, obviously. And Tressa's a big fan also. So he's in the museum, and he has there are signs all around saying ask Robert before you take his photo. Don't be rude to him, all this stuff. And then there's a screen that plays a slideshow of letters that people have sent to Robert being like, I'm so sorry I called you creepy on our way home. We almost got in a car accident and drove off a cliff and all this
God.
Robert, please forgive me, letters. So,
oh my God.
Much like Tressa, I got good vibes from Robert. I asked him if I could take his photo. He seemed like he had a good attitude.
Oh, that's nice.
I think he just likes fucking with people.
Nice.
He's just playful. So, yeah, here's his snow globe.
It's gorgeous.
Really cool. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
I mean, okay, so I'm quite annoyed that Robert the doll gets signs around him. I would really like those signs myself, honestly. Please ask Jasmine.
Do not interact.
Yeah. Please ask permission before speaking, but
yeah,
good for him.
I can email you some of the pictures that I
Oh,
took.
please do. So we'll upload them as well with the episode.
Okay, so I love Robert. So because I was the one that researched him. So I wanted to ask you, Robert, does he look wooden to you? Because in the pictures, I thought he was made of wood until I really zoomed in, and then I realized, oh, that's just weird colored fabric.
I thought it was like foam. He looks foamy to me.
So what's he made of?
He's old. He's really old. I think he's what was it? There is information about what he's made out of, and it is some sort of wood pulp type material.
Oh, okay.
So you're not wrong. He does look oddly raggedy, for lack of a better word. Oh, here, I found him. This is the picture that I took of him.
Hello.
Oh, cute.
Hello, dear Robert.
That is a good picture.
It's a very good picture.
But yeah, his material is a little bit odd. But yeah, his face
sponge.
It's spongy, yeah.
Spongy boy.
But he's turn of the century sort of old doll. Aww. Yeah, he's very, very odd looking.
I love him very much.
Yay.
Thank you for that. Wait, so did you buy that snow globe at the museum?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's heavy. It actually put my suitcase over the weight limit on my way home.
Oh, no.
Worth it.
It's worth it.
Robert got merch. He got merch.
Yeah.
He made it.
He's got merch. I also have a Christmas tree ornament.
A Robert the doll Christmas tree ornament.
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh my god.
You have it? We're fangirling over a doll.
I know. I love Robert.
Oh my god, I love
it. He just has all this weird merch.
What does it say on the back of
it? It says
live, laugh, love.
Laugh first. It says, science tells us dolls are inanimate objects, but those who care for Robert the doll know better. Robert has earned the reputation as the most haunted doll in the world. robertthedoll.org.
Nice.
Ooh, that's nice. Yeah. I would like to see him in a fight to the death with Annabelle, though.
I was going to say, what does Annabelle fucking think about that shit? I bet she is pissed. She must be pissed. We have to get Zach Bagans on the phone and be I'm so sorry, but your bitch has been served. I'm really, really sorry.
I looked it up, and actually she is still owned by
Zach.
No, not by Zach. They refuse to sell it to him.
The couple?
By the Warrens. Yeah. She's still in their museum.
I bet Zach is pissed about that as well.
Yeah, I bet so too.
Lots of scandal all around.
Yeah.
It's our dream to have Zach Bagans on the podcast and then just to bully him.
Or to just insult us on Twitter.
I really just want to get into I want at least one big Twitter beef with someone. I don't care if it's Azealia Banks or someone equally easy to trigger, but I want it. And I will get it. Anyway, so
I have faith in you.
So you've met the infamous Robert. How about the bone collecting thing? When did you get into that very, very interesting hobby?
So my dad is very much like a fisherman, hunter kind of. He enjoys being out in nature. He enjoys his activities. I am not super into fishing. I'm definitely not into hunting. But once the violence and pain is over, I do like to poke at dead things. So
nice.
he grew up in a sort of a smaller town, didn't have a lot of money. So for his lunch money, he would like trap and like small mammals and sell their pelts for extra money since he was like 8 years old. So he taught me how to skin animals and dry out their hides and things like that. So, and then whenever I found like bones in the woods, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's from a whatever." And so,
and you were like, mine.
Yeah. So I've just always liked like bones and stuff.
That's cool.
And in my old apartment, it was by a river, and I found a beaver skeleton. So I just took the skull and I boiled it in my apartment building, and my husband got so mad. He's like, "You need to throw that pot away now. It reeks in here." So
like
boiled off all the soft tissue,
Nice.
and so now that his name is Justin Beaver, and he lives in so
Awesome.
yeah, I've got some skulls around here. Here's one.
Oh my god, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best hobby ever.
Yeah.
Coolest hobby ever.
I know. So one of my favorite episodes that we've done was about someone being cursed
by a bone.
Oh my god, that's amazing. By a bone.
This is a bobcat.
I love his teeth.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I have a friend who does a lot of taxidermy, so I have quite a few articulated pieces by him.
Ooh.
And this is one of them.
Wow.
Cute.
And this one, it's kind of yellowish. He did like a natural finish on it, but you can incorporate peroxide, and then it would look.
Oh my god.
She a bottle blonde now, honey.
Yeah. So this one was sent to me by a listener, also a bobcat. But you can see the difference in color just on how they're treated.
Yeah.
So
that's
the same animal.
Cool. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I keep my 2 bobcats in here, but the rest of them are in my cabinet in my dining room.
Yeah, I imagine that like you have to be super careful.
Spooky.
I imagine that like you have to be careful with like the sunlight and everything, otherwise it'll bleach them, right? Make them all brittle and weird.
Yeah. Well, I don't get a lot of direct light, but yeah, I would say probably don't keep them in like a super bright place. I also have some wet specimens, so like just things in jars floating in from formaldehyde.
I love that shit.
I'd be more
so
concerned
cool.
about discoloration with that kind of thing than like bones, but yeah, they can be bleached.
How do you feel about sorry, carry on.
No, I was just about to say, and have you ever gotten any bad vibes from any bones?
Ooh.
Not from bones, but my other cursed object story. I'll make it really quick. I was at an antique store and I found like a Victorian post-mortem portrait, but it's of a whole living family, and there's maybe like 10 people. And then in the front, there's a little boy who's maybe like 5 years old, and he's propped up in a chair, but he's not alive, and he's holding a doll. So they used to, take their portrait with maybe the child's favorite thing, and this is probably the only picture of any of these people. So that's like their family photo. So it's $2. Of course I bought it.
Hell yeah.
Whoever was pricing it, I don't think noticed.
This sounds like the beginning of like a really great horror film. Like white girl goes into a shop and sees a weird painting and goes, "That's mine now." Takes it home like nothing's wrong.
Yeah. Well, so I had this picture on at the time it was an oddity shelf because it was in my old apartment. Didn't have the cabinet yet. And I'd show people who came over. It was just sort of like a weird thing. And then one night I was home by myself and I heard something hit the floor. And I was like, oh, one of the cats is doing something. And I walked out of my bedroom and both of the cats were like, their tails were puffed up and they were all like low to the ground. I was like, okay, that wasn't either of the cats. And I saw the picture face down on my floor. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick this up and I'm gonna be respectful, and then I'm gonna shut my door and I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna deal with this in the morning.
Oh my God.
And like 10 minutes later, I'm falling back to sleep. I have my eye mask on and my bedroom door was shut, and I felt like something on my pillow next to my head. And I like kind of reached over to see which cat it was, and neither of my cats were in my bedroom.
Oh my God.
So I'm like rubbing my crystal right now. So I consulted my psychic, and he was like, oh yeah, that was the boy's mother angry because you're displaying this photo, and the photo is made of, like paper, so wood, so it retains a lot of the energy. And he said that she had this photo and like a lock of her son's hair on her bureau for the rest of her life after he passed away. So all of her grief was in this photo. So that's why she had that reaction. And then the on my pillow, it was the little boy. He got scared because of that. So he was trying to like be comforted. So I cleansed the picture. I sucked out all the bad energy. I put it away, kind of asked the little boy not to come back because it creeps me out. And now I don't show it to people anymore, but I still have it.
God
yeah, I was about to ask like what you did with it, but I suppose you can't just throw it away.
Oh God, no. It's in a more private place. It's not in my cabinet anymore.
Good. God damn.
So I wouldn't call that cursed, but it was
creepy. Yeah,
it's haunted. It's haunted
energy.
Yeah,
definitely haunted.
There's some not
anymore though. I don't think.
Oh my goodness. Gosh, I love that shit. God damn.
Yeah, I love that shit. Wow,
so,
awesome.
That's my story.
Oh my God.
So cool.
I'm so jealous, actually. I feel like
I'm really jealous.
Like I've always wanted to like witness something actually cursed. Aside from my sister, I've not met anything else that is. So I'm still looking for that perfect
possessed by Satan.
She is. We love you, Zabby. We love you. Oh.
Sorry.
I love you so much.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Doesn't have the same implications in my mind, so I'm just gonna go with it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I can honestly, when she was young, she was demonic. Like
God.
like evil genius levels of terrifying.
Too smart. Like
too smart. Yeah.
Far too smart. But yeah, my goodness.
But she's lovely now, Zabby.
We love you, Zabby. She's fine. I am currently just upgrading my plan so that we can extend this by a bit longer.
Okay.
So, but I was going to say, how do you feel? So you mentioned before that you have some bones stored in formaldehyde and things like that. So in Hong Kong, we have this, I think I'm not sure if it's a snake oil or a snake wine, but they sell them everywhere. And it is literally a snake, of course, in a jar. And people, and you drink it from the jar. And it's, it looks really fucked up. Have you ever heard of one of those before, or has that not crossed your path yet?
I have, only because I lived in China for a while.
So my God, whereabouts?
In Hunan province. So went to Hong Kong once. It's really fun. I feel like there are a lot of, especially like in Western China, a lot of things like that are purported to have like medicinal properties.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I always sort of assumed that all that kind of like animal stuff was all about. Yeah. And and like with their diet and things like that, they're like, oh, you must don't neglect to eat the ear canals because it helps with fertility. And you're like,
okay, old man. Yeah, no.
But then sometimes it's like just for fun, because like, isn't there like tequila that you can get in Mexico that has like scorpions in the bottle and
mezcal,
stuff?
Mezcal,
and then like,
isn't it?
and then like you can even here, if you go to like certain places, you can get like lollipops that have like
little scorpions in them.
Yeah, like for no apparent reason.
Yeah, I think like also insects as protein is gonna become more and more popular. I think
more Bear Grylls.
I've seen chocolate covered ants was a thing that like one of my friends brought into school once.
Yeah, it's
and apparently
totally
they were just salty.
It's just protein. It's just like kind of flavorless protein. So there's like we're sort of kind of just getting into that world of having insects as protein. So people are still so squicked out by it that it's just kind of a novelty.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, but people in different cultures eat insects also. Like it's not really that weird. We just still have a weird perception
I always
of
think
it.
like, where's the cutoff point for ghosts? Like, are they ghost ants? Are they ghost like insects?
I hate that.
And then animals?
I think everything has a little bit of a spirit, so why not?
I really hate that idea. Imagine
all of the ghost cockroaches in your apartment right now, Jasmine.
Yeah. Just think of it.
There are enough ants in this world without having to think about the fucking dead ones as well. I'm done. For me, that's a no from me, Mary. No, thank you. But yeah, wow, thank you though. Like that was the one about the picture.
Yeah.
Because actually, so I was gonna say the lock of hair. You mentioned like a lock of hair, right? Did I remember that wrong? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the psychic thought that
yes.
the mom had with the photo.
Yes. So I remember reading about this thing called a memento mori, right? Or like a mourner's jewelry pendant, which they had like in Victorian times, and you would have a lock of someone's hair, and you'd have it like mounted and set into like a pendant or something, and you'd wear it, and it was meant to like, I think memento mori just means remember you will die. I mean, Katy is the Latin expert, so I think that's what memento mori means.
Don't ask me. No.
But yeah, like it's, to me, it's always so interesting because the Victorians, they welcomed death. It was such a natural part of life. It was, we live and we die, and that's just how it is. And death was something that was so accepted to the point of literally taking pictures of your dead. And it's always interesting to me, like how we went from being so accepting of death, maybe because kids died very young and people didn't live very long, to now where everyone's like, we must never die. We must become vegan and never eat carbs ever again.
Oh God.
Very, very compelling.
Just kill me now.
Yeah, no, thank you.
The Victorians also sort of like,
they didn't bathe.
As the Victorians did, but there were like sort of discoveries like in other parts of the world that they sort of exploited and found fun in, like with the mummies and like Egypt, and stealing tailbones.
Tell the bone story. Tell that bone. I've just extended it so we have unlimited time now, guys. I'm going to grab more wine. Katy, you can tell Lucy.
I will tell the story. Yeah.
Well, so basically, sorry about the memento mori. Yeah. I went to the Funeral History Museum in Houston, Texas.
Wow.
That's hair. That's a Victorian hair wreath.
Wow.
That whole thing is hair.
That's so cool.
Yeah. That's my reaction to it.
And Amanda.
Yeah, so I'll send you these pictures too.
Yes, please do.
Okay, back to
the story. So one of our episodes, it was from quite a while ago. It's called "The Curse of the Not Quite Mummy," and so it was this couple. I think it was like late 1800s, and they went to Egypt, and they basically like paid so that they could go into this newly excavated tomb that no one had gone into, and the husband didn't like it very much, so he left early, but the wife was like enthralled by it and looking at this dead body that was on the thing. And then once she finally came back up, he was like, right, should we get a gift from a gift stall? And she was like, no, I've already got one, it's fine. And then he realized when they got home that she'd taken like the bottom bit of this dead like thousands and thousands year old woman's like holy woman's spine. And
she was literally chasing tail.
Very very bad stuff happened to them. But then it was also really funny because in his like memoir he kept describing it as a digestive biscuit, and I'm not sure if you have them in the US, but like
I don't either, but I know what it is.
Yeah, like
Kenyon
a type of cookie. Yeah, just plain. But it's just like of all the things to describe it as. So he was like this contemptful digestive biscuit.
Contemptful.
Like, Jesus.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I love the word contempt.
So, yeah,
I'm gonna look that up. That's awesome.
Oh my god.
Like,
it's one of my favorite episodes ever. My favorite episode.
And then I think we started discussing, have you ever been to Edinburgh in Scotland?
Are you asking
Lucy?
me? Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, because we
like
were they have something called the Surgeons Hall Museum there, and it's just rooms and rooms and rooms of skeletons and body parts. And
you would love it.
all the
I'm
things.
Scheduling my flight right
Yeah,
now.
all the things that's wrong with them, and it's like it's wild. And they've even got like the skeletons are all like posed, especially all of the children ones.
Ooh.
Like, so you've got like babies, they're like in weird positions. Anyway, it's so it's gross. It's amazing, but it's so it's a lot.
The Mutter Museum in Philadelphia is sort of like that too. It's like a lot of medical anomalies.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love
really
that
cool.
shit. Love that
Yeah. So I told
he
Jasmine
looks so happy about it too.
Yeah, he looks so happy. But they had someone's leg, and he'd like had an injury to it, and it like swelled so much, but like the inside of his leg was like all pus.
Yum.
And so he literally kept a cork in it and would take the cork out every day and like clean it out. Yeah. And then put the cork back in, and he did that for years until they were like, okay, you need to have it amputated. Because at first he refused. He was like, it's fine. So they have his amputated leg like cut in half, so you could see just how massive the inside of it was with the cork still there.
That's so cool.
What's a bit of necrotic fasciitis between friends, huh? Nothing. It's all good.
It's gross.
Also, is this your cat? Is this your cat? Hello, baby. Please bring the cat. Hello. Oh my god, he's massive.
Gorgeous.
Hello,
It's a big
beautiful
boy.
Hello,
This is
handsome
Ray.
babe. I love him so much.
Oh,
Hello, baby.
It's beautiful.
shit, he unplugged me.
Oh no.
No, Ray.
Ray, how could you?
Sorry, he unplugged me.
How could you, Ray?
How could you?
Okay.
This is, if it was Jasper, this is where he'd like try and push you down some stairs, Jasmine.
Yeah, so
Like
my mum has a cat called Jasper, and he is a blue Persian, and he looks like he is constantly plotting vengeance.
They have kind of mean little faces.
But he has become really pleasant in his old age. Like it's so it's very strange. One time my mother sent him to her friend's house for one weekend while she was in Thailand, and the lady has cats, she can look after cats, but Jasper shat on every surface in her fucking kitchen, refused to eat anything, and then sat by the front door until I eventually came to rescue him. He was covered, like I cannot tell you how much shit was matted into his fur. I had to
gross.
Wash him in the bathtub by hand, scrubbing him. This cat before this day was an absolute fucking demon. He would bite and scratch if you touched him. He was horrible. From that day forward, after I had to literally cut lumps of his own crap out of his own fur. From that day, he became the perfect cat. He's been sweet and kind and gentle, and that is why a bit of trauma is good for you.
Yeah. Trauma. It's fine.
I remember
Just
once, because your mum, once, like, you'd all moved out and she was like crying on the phone and she was like, I'm just left with this demonic creature.
I think he's lovely. He has one white whisker now. He's quite old. He's 14, so he's very mellow. He's a bit dumb, and I love that. Let me find you a nice picture. He's my baby, and I love him forever. Look at my baby. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh,
down
yeah, he is plotting.
I love him very much. That's my papa. But yeah.
Beautiful.
Right. So, Catty, I believe we should now maybe move on to the game.
Yeah. I thought we were going to do uses of bones first in Lucy's honor.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. If we have no more spooky stories. I'm always so jealous of people that have spooky stories because I've never experienced anything scary. And I'd love to.
We'd love to.
I have time.
We're open to it. Open to new experiences.
Yes, please. Okay, so this article that I'm about to read is from Atlas Obscura, and it is 4 practical is it pronounced posthumous? Posthumous. 4 practical posthumous uses for human bones. The human skeleton is the most enduring part of the human body. When well preserved, bones can survive thousands of years. The skeleton tends to be treated with reverence and honor because it is recognizably human and is all that remains of the physical embodiment of the deceased. Human bones are often kept by religious orders or family members as relics for veneration and remembrance, because many cultures believe human remains retain the physical and spiritual essence of the deceased. Bones are thought to possess supernatural powers, provide good luck, block evil spirits, or provide protection, and are often kept as amulets, talismans, or trophies. Cultures all over the world have some pretty ingenious ways of creatively reusing human bones. Frequently, human bones are carved and repurposed into jewelry, cups, musical instrument, and weapons.
And ashtrays.
Ashtrays. So, jewelry first. The Neolithic culture of Neuchâtel, Switzerland, carved the cranial bones of their deceased into amulets. In the early 12th century, cranial amulets were recovered from an archaeological site in Neuchâtel that are estimated to have been made around 3,500 BC. These Neolithic amulets were oval and perforated at one end, and the edges were finished and rounded. Archaeologists have also found similar amulets at sites in Port Conti, Le Lance, and Concise, also in Switzerland. Archaeologists have also unearthed trophy necklaces made from metacarpals, metatarsals, and hand and foot phalanges associated with cultures in the Plains, Great Basin, and Mexico. This practice is related to warfare and gave warriors prestige because they were a symbol of victory.
I thought you said gay warrior prestige. I was like, good for them. Good for them.
Gave warriors prestige. Gay warrior prestige.
It does take all kinds.
Mm-hmm. Gay power is very lame, but gay warrior prestige, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Amazing. Next, cups. So, kapala, Sanskrit for skull, are ritual cups used in Buddhist and Hindu tantric ceremonies. These cup skulls are sacred because of their ritual purpose, not because they came from a holy person or ancestor. Monks recover the crania used to carve capella from sky burial sites, which I love as well. Like, dispose of me as a sky burial site, let me be eaten by vultures.
Yeah, it's a recycling thing.
Or from bodies pulled from the Ganges River.
Ugh.
Once the remains are cleaned, monks carve elaborate designs and decorate them with prestigious metals and jewels.
I was going to say one thing. Catty, do you remember? So our grandfather owned a tusk, an elephant's tusk, which was hand carved by some child in then Burma.
It was a cow bone. That was.
There we go. That was a cow bone.
Yeah.
And I don't remember. There was some story. I think Catty might remember better than me. There was some story about how he acquired it, but it was always
he
just
gave
in the
kid his
room.
shirt.
And then he gave him this beautiful, priceless, it was the most beautiful thing ever. And I remember when I was a kid playing with it, and he was like, do you know what that is? And I was like, no. And he was like, that's a bone. And I was like, okay. And he was like, no, it's a bone. And I was like, okay. I didn't know what a bone was. I was 3. And then later on, he I swear he told the story 18 times. And every time I was like, whatever. But yeah, pretty messed up.
All for a shirt. That's a bargain.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it was something really silly like that, but it was not worth it.
It was World War II. Our granddad was an army medic, and he never let any of us ever forget it.
A doctor. He was a major in the army, Jasmine.
Yes, but
God.
And never let us forget it.
Yeah, never let us forget it.
Never, ever. But yeah. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. So in these skull cups, Tibetan monasteries used kapala to hold dough cakes or wine that are symbolic representations of flesh and blood as offerings to wrathful deities.
Ooh, nice.
Kapala are used in rituals like higher tantric meditation to achieve a transcendental state of thought. Transcendental state of thought and mind within the shortest possible time, and to offer libation to the gods and deities to win them favors.
Wow.
Lovely. Do you guys ever really mess up when you're talking? Because it always sounds like you're perfect.
Oh no, we have an editor who just fixes it.
That's fair.
Yeah. No, we mess up all the time.
Because I always say I could never do a live show because I cock up so much. I have to say everything 5 times.
Well, if you're actively drinking in front of an audience and you mess up, it's just funny.
Okay, that's fair.
To them. So, yeah, it's fine.
And then next we have some musical instruments.
Ooh.
So there is a Tibetan kangling trumpet made from human femurs.
A trumpet?
A trumpet made from a human femur.
Mm-hmm. How does that even work?
So in Tibet, Buddhists play an instrument called a kangling, translated as leg kang flute ling. It is a trumpet made from a human femur.
Cool.
Tibetan Buddhists prefer to use the femur from the corpse of a criminal or a person who has died a violent death for the instrument.
Yikes.
But in a pinch, the femur of a respected teacher may be a substitute.
Wait, so let me get this straight.
Okay.
Yeah.
A felon,
They go from murderer.
a felon and a teacher are on par. They are the same thing.
I mean, if you don't
close.
have a criminal, then a teacher will do.
I mean, you know what? This is wonderful because in Hong Kong we always bully all. So like, it'll come as no shock to either of you. We bully all the white guys in Hong Kong because they are all English teachers, and we always say like, "Oh, it's not a real job," and that fucking proves it.
Actually, they're just awful.
This might be something cool for you to cover, Lucy, because we had a murder in Hong Kong the other day, and it was I know, and it was of course a random white dude who was drunk, who stabbed a cab driver in the neck. Why did he have a knife on him at 5 a.m.? No one knows. But he stabbed him in the neck, and then this guy bled out all over the streets of Hong Kong in like, I don't know if you ever went to like Siang Pun, like a very like small neighborhoody kind of place. Bled out on the streets, and this guy vanished. Like when no one knew where he was. And they found him drunk in a bar on a remote island just off the coast of Hong Kong. Like still Hong Kong Island, but like just outside, like on Llama Island.
Okay.
And it's like a developing story right now. But I mean, and that guy I think was also a teacher, so
well, I'm definitely gonna follow that one.
Rest my case.
Lovely.
Like a white guy shouldn't be that hard to find in Hong Kong.
Oh yeah, no, it was so funny. I think so. I run this like Facebook group called Chaotic Hong Kong Expats, and this girl on the group was like, "Oh yeah, I was drinking with them for the whole day before I realized who he was, and then I called the police."
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and she was like, I had no idea. And then I saw the news and I was like, oh my God, that's this guy next to me. It's a crazy city because there are like 10 white people. No, maybe 10,000 in a city of like 7 million. So, you know, we all know someone. Anyway, sorry, please carry on.
English teachers are awful.
They really are. I can say as a former English teacher in China.
Oh, yeah. No, like, but you know what I mean? It's like, it's specifically like the white dudes who come to Hong
white
Kong.
people like literally just go to other countries to teach English, like just for fun.
It's specifically the white men.
If you can get it though.
Mm-hmm.
It's the white dudes who go to Asia like, dear savages, I will teach you the language.
Yeah.
And you're just like, please drown. Please drown.
Yeah. I feel that.
I'm sure that you had met many on your travels in China, Lucy.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a very interesting thing. And it only happens with the white dudes, not the girls. The girls are generally great. It's always the boys. They get this like strange bravado when they've been in Asia too long. And then they become murderers, apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently. I'm so excited to dive into this story.
Oh yeah, I'll send you some more details on it. No, like it's really, really cool. I'll send you like some links and stuff. So I got you.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, back to the leg trumpet. My God.
The kangling is used in Himalayan Buddhism during tantric rituals and funerals as a way of eliminating the attachments to the body, and as a reminder that this physical existence is temporary. And then the Aztecs also used bones for the same thing, for percussion instruments.
Lovely.
And then lastly, we have weapons. So they used human bones for spear tips in some places. Archaeologists working in Guam in the 1990s found evidence that the indigenous people of the island, the Chamorros, used human bones to make barbed spear tips. Archaeologists who excavated a cemetery dating between 1000 AD and 1521 AD, unearthed barbed spear points made from human bones in 2 burials. They found evidence that the Chamorros obtained the necessary bones from select portions of decomposed bodies and preferred the long bones like the tibia, fibula, and radius.
Ooh.
And there you go, that's for that article.
Love it.
And then I have
Thank
one
you.
more from the National Geographic, which is members of a pre-Aztec civilization, the ancient human bone sculptors turned relatives into tools.
Ooh.
I love that.
Femurs and skulls of freshly dead were used to make buttons, combs, scientists say. It sounds like a really weird sentence. We used to make buttons and combs, scientists say.
Look at that baby bum. Sorry, it's a cat.
But
it's too cute. Members of a pre-Aztec civilization used human bones, likely from their freshly dead relatives, to make buttons, combs, needles, spatulas, and dozens of other everyday utensils, Mexican archaeologists say. The discovery comes from a new analysis of 5,000 bone fragments found in the ancient city of, I can't pronounce this.
Just say it.
Tijucan?
Tijuana?
all right.
No, Tihiuacan.
Okay.
Insert word here.
Found in an ancient city, a large archaeological site about 30 miles northeast of Mexico City. Femurs, thigh bones, tibias, shin bones, and human skulls were transformed into household items shortly after their death, noted team leader Abigail Meza Penaloza of the National Autonomous University of Mexico. They used different stones as knives to finally remove the flesh and muscle from the bone. The bodies had to be as fresh as possible because after a person dies, his or her bones quickly become too fragile to sculpt.
Oh.
What's more, the bones used to make the artifacts appear to be from locals who were traditionally buried under the floors of their family homes. The archaeologists also found that artifacts were made only from the bones of adults in their prime, perhaps because children's bones were too fragile, while the bones of the elderly might carry diseases such as osteoporosis.
Yummy.
So what would you like your bones to be? I'd go for buttons, personally. I like buttons.
Yeah, I like the idea of them being made into some sort of like functional tool that would benefit the user. But on the other hand, I don't know, jewelry would be fun too.
Yeah, jewelry would be not a spatula. I wouldn't want to be a spatula.
Mm-mm.
No,
Like,
I would not.
That seems to push it.
The carved like cups, like the goblets with like the cool other shit on it, would be really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like my body is rather desiccated for someone who's only 26. So I feel like my skeleton probably also reflects that. I think I'd make some pretty good like rock climbing chalk.
Mm-mm.
Like
yeah.
Just like mash that shit up and
already have like
it.
help me carved into them.
Yeah. Like, you know, like in horror movies. Like, you know, like in horror movies when someone's like, oh my God, my shoulder's sore. And they look at it and it says like, I am here. It's that but all over my whole skeleton. right?
Yeah. It's the skeleton screaming for help.
And actually, no, I was going to say, as you were talking about buttons being used from bone. So last night I was at my friend's place and we watched Drag Me to Hell. And I don't know if you guys have seen that film. It is the worst movie I've ever seen. It's so fucking funny. I remember I never watched it when it came out because I think it was in like 2009. So that was when we were in year 9, Catty. And I don't think we watched it together because I don't remember watching it if I did, because I would remember that shit. It's ridiculous. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And it's all because this girl gets given a cursed button by this old hag. This old hag is like, take this. And she's like, oh, what is it? Like, bitch, no, don't touch it.
Except that would be Lucy.
Oh. Yeah. Well, you can say the same thing about your grandpa with the carved.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why did he take it? Like, you know what? I blame him. I blame him. I blame Jackie.
Yeah, for your problems.
My problems.
For your.
No, but no, like all I could think of when you were talking about that was like, okay, maybe that's what that film was about. Was like based on this idea of like hereditary sort of, you know, ooh, this person's spirit stays with you. But oh my god, that film was so fucking dumb. Like, I was crying, like tears in my eyes. There's one bit where she like drops an anvil, because everyone's garage has a comedy anvil fucking on the ceiling ready to be yanked down to crush someone, right? Everyone, yeah. So she yanks it and it comes crashing down onto this like evil haggard crone onto her head and crushes it, and her eyes come spurting out of her face.
Oh my god.
But the effects are so bad. The effects are so bad. It looks like Play-Doh. It's so brilliant.
I love awful horror films. So.
Oh, I can't tell you. I was wetting myself. I was like, I think I remembered it being, even for me, I remember being told it's too scary. So I was like, okay, when I'm older, I'll watch it. Let me tell you, I would have loved that shit when I was in year 9. Oh my god, that's like grade 8 in the US. I would have loved that shit when I was in grade 8. Loved it even more now, of course. But yeah. Whew. Haunted buttons, do not take.
Do not. So, who is ready to play Katrina's amazing spooky snog Mario Void?
I'm ready.
Oh,
hell yeah, let's go.
I'm
going to get some more wine. I've had almost a whole bottle of wine. It's pretty impressive.
For you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good for you.
Thank you.
I mean, that's just a drop in the ocean for Jasmine. She could.
Excuse me.
How's your liver cirrhosis doing, Jasmine? Is that?
It wasn't cirrhosis. It was just fatty liver.
Okay.
A little bit. I got fatty liver disease when I was 21 years old. Yes.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Oh, okay.
She had to stop drinking for like a year.
No, but they told me to, but I was like, fuck no, I turn 22 next month. What else can I do? And they were like, exercise, eat healthy. And I was like, no, what else can I do?
Nope.
And they were like,
no.
They're like, I guess you can die. And I was like, okay. Yeah, that sounds, I'll just do that. I'm fine now, though. I'm really okay. She's kidding. I'm fine.
Yeah. Get in.
Wait, don't explain it yet, because I don't know how to play this game either. Wait.
Oh, okay. It's pretty easy. Do you have it up, Lucy?
I do, yeah. But I'm not reading it.
Okay, super. Because it's got pictures, but like I had to do them really small because it wouldn't fit on the page. But yeah, I'm very excited. I also did like a word art banner on the top, which I thought was very fitting. Hello. I was just explaining that I did a word art banner along the top.
Let me. Oh my god! Is it the rainbow one? Let me look, because Catty did send this.
No,
to me.
I didn't. Sorry. It's just blue.
It's just blue.
I was gonna do a really out there one,
Dart.
but
my Wi-Fi is so. I'm amazed my Wi-Fi is holding out this well in this. Actually, my Wi-Fi is horrible. I live in a hotel.
What was it?
Cool.
It was like a 4-second delay for the last episode we recorded.
Like four, like 1, 2, 3, 4. That long the whole time. Oh. I think it's a Facebook thing, honestly, because like this is pretty good. I think like this has been pretty good. Maybe we have to start using Zoom
from now on.
I mean, I am now paying for premium, so yeah, let's use Zoom.
Yeah, okay, we'll use Zoom from now on.
Yeah,
as well. Sorry, I'm getting the thingy.
You're getting up. Okay, I will explain the rules. So in each round, we have 3 different creatures. It started as just cryptids, but then I thought I'd branch it out a bit.
Okay.
And so the rules of Snog, Marry, Avoid. If anyone doesn't know, the word snog is sort of like
make out.
British slang for making out. Then you've got marry, avoid.
All right.
And so you've got to pick which creature you would snog, marry, and avoid from the 3 creatures that are in each round. Okay. But as we did discuss, because they are not all human or very human-like, we shall make it hug instead of snog if you wish to for any of the rounds, because might be a bit weird if it isn't.
Also,
I'll stick with snog.
Also, Kathy has supplied some wonderful images for us to make our choices. It's really great.
with short descriptions. So I've picked some very well-known creatures that everyone will know, and then no, Jasmine, you did not look at all. No, she looked at the last page. I know she did.
No.
Don't look at the last page. Don't look at. You have to pick. You have to stay to your rounds. Okay. So I've included pictures and a slight description of each creature. So some creatures are very well known, everyone will know them, and some creatures we have discussed before on the podcast. We've done episodes about. So are the rules clear with everybody?
Yes.
So we shall begin. So round 1, we have Bigfoot, aka Sasquatch, an ape-like creature that supposedly inhabits the forests of North America
and Canada.
Moth and
which
Canada.
Is North America, right? Oh no, North America.
Yeah. We have Mothman, a winged humanoid creature first spotted in West Virginia in the 1960s. And then we have the beloved Robert the Doll, a terrifying haunted / possessed doll exhibited in the East Martello Museum, Florida, who is said to cause great misfortune for any visitor who angers him. And Lucy has her snow globe.
Oh my god. So I am recording this just for us, for posterity. So I'm so happy that we actually have your snow globe on film.
Visuals.
It is beautiful, yes.
I'm glad that he's come up twice now.
I know. Popular boy. So
we might put this on the Patreon, actually.
Yeah.
Is that okay with you, Lucy?
Absolutely.
We don't normally upload video because I just like my face.
We will send it to you as well, of course.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we'll send it to you as well. And we'll send you like the edited version of the audio before we upload it. So
perfect.
So, shall we discuss who would you snog, marry, and avoid out of Bigfoot, Mothman, and Robert the Doll?
I have my answer already.
Go for it, girl.
Lucy.
Okay, I would avoid Bigfoot because rumor has it he stinks.
Oh God. Yeah.
I would snog Robert because I get good vibes from him. I think he's adorable, but I wouldn't want to marry him because you'd just be under his thumb all the time. You couldn't anger him.
Abusive relationship.
Yeah.
That's a red flag. Yeah.
And I'd definitely marry Mothman because he could just fly you around.
Yeah.
Get on his back and fly you
he's
around.
like a pretty good dude. Like, isn't he said to like warn people for like bad things that are supposed to come.
I think he has a good soul. His heart is in the right place.
I mean, I'm going to pretty much agree with Lucy on this one. What about you, Jasmine?
I think I would avoid Mothman because he just looks fucked up. No, don't like it. Not a fan. Don't like it. I would. I'm the only one drinking. Let's all bear that in mind. I would. I'd marry Robert the doll because he'll be mad otherwise. We don't want that. And I would snog the Sasquatch. Hell yeah, whatever. You know. I feel like out of all of these guys, he's like the Chad of the group. So you could do it for clout.
And we all know how you love massive, muscular,
just love
men,
love him,
hairy men.
Love him, big old hairy dudes.
He'd be an excellent lover.
Aside
from the smell.
I just honestly think it would just be funny to be like, oh yeah, I made out with Bigfoot. So what? I feel like making out with him would be far less weird than marrying him. Because like one weird kiss as opposed to like a lifetime of living with something that hairy and that smelly, like that's why I'm gay. No thank you, you know. And Robert is chill. He has his own little box, never have to see him.
Yeah,
you know, perfect husband. True. It's great. Yeah,
you can visit him.
I can visit him
and
he can't. Yeah, if I'm nice, he won't bother me. And like, I mean, that's all you really want in a guy.
Like, I have some friends like Bigfoot is literally their taste in men. So
I'm always. I mean, honestly, he doesn't seem like he's not that bad a guy. I feel like he is like the quintessential gentle giant. You know, he's just kind of there. He's nice. He's shy. He's big. He's a bit, you know, hairy, and everyone's like, "Oh, bless him." Yeah, I think he's harmless. Mothman, especially in your pictures, Catty, he looks by far the most fucked up. He looks like
he does
meth.
Yeah, he does a bit.
I feel like he's like
I will upload the file for this game
he's not Mothman, he's Meth Man.
Meth Man. He is.
Disgusting. I hate it.
Okay, so are we ready for round 2?
Ready.
Okay. So round 2 is the Loch Ness Monster, a large marine creature with a long neck, speculated to be a plesiosaur, which lives in the massive freshwater lake of Loch Ness, Scotland. El Chupacabra, a monstrous creature of Latin American folklore, which attacks animals, particularly goats, and consumes their blood. It's most often depicted as looking like a hairless coyote with spikes protruding from its back. And the Wendigo, a creature originating in Native American folklore, which is a malevolent, cannibalistic being strongly associated with winter, famine, and starvation. Descriptions vary, but in general, it is a massive, skeletal-looking figure with desiccated skin pulled tight over its bones, with long, sharp claws and large eyes. It also might be the result of like people who were starving resorting to cannibalism and like them becoming monsters. But yeah, does anyone have any thoughts? Snog/hug, marry, avoid any of these creatures?
Lucy first, maybe?
Sure. I think that I would marry the Wendigo because I've just always had a thing for the Wendigo, to be honest.
He sounds like Machine Gun Kelly, but in an animal form.
Totally sounds like
winter, famine, and starvation. Wow.
Desiccated skin pulled tight over its bones.
Megan, what are you doing?
Yeah. I think I'd snog El Chupacabra just because kind of a badass. And I'd avoid the Loch Ness Monster because you're cold, wet, you live in a cave. It sounds uncomfortable.
Oh.
It's not the right biome for me personally.
Okay, that's fair.
Catty?
See, I think it's so difficult. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the chupacabra is just a coyote with mange.
Yeah.
So, like, I'd probably like marry that so that I could live with it and like
marry
pet it
that
and grow its fur back and like give it some TLC.
You sound like all of my friends who've married men.
It's true.
Feed it. I love it.
Yeah. I'm going to look after this severely broken creature and hope for the best.
People can change, fingers crossed.
Yeah. Can they? Then I'd probably avoid the Wendigo just because, you know, I'm tasty and I don't trust it not to eat me. And then I would snog/hug the Loch Ness Monster because I love dinosaurs, and if it's a plesiosaur, then that's like my dream.
True.
Because it'll please you.
I'm
sorry.
Funny. Go on, what about you, Jasmine?
I would marry the Loch Ness Monster. You know, I like the cold. I like being left. I like the cold and the damp. I like being left alone. So I would never see it, which is great. And I'm also a really good swimmer, so that's really fun as well. El Chupacabra, I would. I would hug/snog El Chupacabra just because, you know what, it's not that bad a guy. Like, he only kills goats.
It's fine.
Goats are kind of weird, aren't they? They've got those weird, like, panoramic fucking eyes. Fuck that, yeah.
Oh, no. I love goats.
Yeah, their eyes are
the little ones
weird.
that like faint when they get stressed.
I don't like it.
They have like horizontal cat eyes, though.
They look fucked up.
It's
I'm
weird.
not a fan.
Not a fan. They've got weird eyes.
Is it like
I'm
that
happy.
way? It's like.
I mean, blessed goats. I don't. No. Okay, no. So Chupacabra, snog/hug, and the Wendigo, I would avoid that too. Just looks like Machine Gun Kelly in an animal, and I don't like it.
You are also tasty.
I'm also delicious, and he does not deserve that.
I'm sure Lucy is delicious, but they have a spiritual bond, so I'm sure that he won't eat her.
Oh yeah, Lucy, I'm sure that like you are completely safe. You know what, girl? I'm happy for you. Go for it.
Whatever works for you, Lucy.
Patty and I are giving it. Actually, I love this because like none of our tastes would overlap, which is great. Actually.
Yeah,
we're not competing.
Well, look at us. It's great.
I mean, it's gonna get harder as we go through. It's gonna get harder. Then the next one, round 3. So, round 3, we have Jasmine's favorite, which she did for the Christmas Spooky Gals episode, Frau Pirste, an entity of Alpine folklore associated with Christmas, who can appear as either a beautiful young woman or gnarly old hag. Her trademark punishment for lazy or disobedient children is to disembowel them, gaining her the nickname the Belly Slitter. We tend to identify quite a lot with the witches, especially like the hags that we cover. Yeah.
Just like the antisocial, mean ladies who are like, fuck you, where's my pet rat? Like, that's all we want in life.
Disemboweling children.
Yeah. Then we have the hairy hands of Dartmoor. Ghostly, disembodied, hairy hands, which are said to take control of your vehicle and make it crash if you're travelling down a particular stretch of road in Dartmoor, Devon, in the UK.
I've never heard of that. That's so gross.
I know,
we
it's
did
horrible.
an episode on them.
It's great.
Yeah, it's fine.
It was like one of our like early episodes, but it was a good one.
I tried to push the boat out sometimes in what we choose to do episodes about. But yep, literal, just disembodied hairy hands.
That's all it is, kids.
Who knows what they might be good for? And
Absolutely
finally, we have the Jersey Devil, a legendary creature that's said to inhabit the pine barrens of South Jersey in the US. It's described as looking like a bizarre combination of a kangaroo-like body with a horse or goat-like head, horns, small arms with clawed hands, cloven hooves, a forked tail, and leathery bat-like wings. It moves very quickly and often emits a high-pitched, blood-curdling scream.
That's the most incredible description of anything.
That's a really great description.
It's
I love it. I feel like that's like
it's a lot.
It's like every single drunk girl I've ever seen it in the bathroom ever. Like just puking in the toilet.
Really top heavy, massive head.
Yeah.
Tiny arms screaming.
Queen. Work it, baby. Work.
All right.
Lucy.
Well, should I go first again?
Yeah, if you've got your order sorted.
I'm gonna marry Frau Perchta.
Good choice.
Same. Absolutely same.
I love the belly slitter.
Love her.
We have too much in common not to spend the rest of our lives together.
What a babe.
I'd avoid the hairy hands because it's just kind of gross. And I'd make out with the Jersey Devil because sounds like it'd be a trip.
An experience. Yeah. I definitely agree with you on Perchta because, again, I also hate children and she's a queen. But I would avoid the Jersey Devil and, I'd give the hairy hands, a
bit of what for, huh?
See what they can do. Yeah.
I am exactly the same as Catty, okay?
Yeah.
Marry the hell out of Frau Perchta. Bitch has owned my soul since day one, honey. Oh. Hairy Hands of Dartmoor. That's all you really need. As for the Jersey Devil, that can fuck off. That can fuck right off. It looks like a llama. Like a fucked up cow goat llama with bat wings.
I don't know how it stands up. It's got tiny thin legs.
It's just heavy.
She looks diseased.
No sense.
And also, actually, this also looks just like Machine Gun Kelly.
Well,
totally.
Just because you're so jealous. Just because you love Megan Fox. Like, calm down.
Listen, it's a problem.
It is a problem.
Oh God, she's so cringe. She is so cringe. I feel like I love her so much. She's so pretty, but I'm like, please stop, please, Megan. It's too soon.
Yeah, I think like the Jersey Devil, like it'll just be chaotic.
Where did my wine
go? Yeah.
Jasmine.
I can see it. It's on your windowsill.
It's behind you. Fucking hell.
Anyway. Carry on.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
So, round 4. Calm, collect yourself, Joseph. Okay. So round 4, we have another of my favourite creatures that we have done an episode on, the Estuary, a beautiful female vampire of Jewish folklore, which are able to fly and turn into various animals, most often birds or cats. but are rendered flightless if their hair is tied.
Well, that's my dream. Okay.
Then we have the kappa, a demon or imp found in traditional Japanese folklore, which inhabits rivers and streams and are depicted as green, human-like green, childlike beings with webbed hands and feet and a turtle-like shell on their backs. They like to drown and eat people, but if you want to avoid this, you can placate a kappa by throwing a cucumber into the water where it lives.
So he's a vegetarian. Okay.
Except for people.
Oh,
Yes.
except for the people. Yeah.
Except for all those pesky people. Yeah. And then we have the Hopkinsville goblins. Alien creatures described as being 3.5 feet tall, with shimmering metallic-looking bodies, almost perfect round, oversized heads, large pointed ears, giant eyes that glowed yellow, long arms which almost reached the ground, and hands with sharp talons. May actually just be angry owls.
Sexy
Owls
as
are
fuck.
fucked up, though.
Owls are fucked up. They are really scary.
You know they sleep on their fronts? They just like plank face down. That's how they sleep.
It's like the head like in fucking like full on exorcist twist going like the fucking face down. I love it. Great.
Yeah. So I loved this story because it was just like a bunch of like hillbillies in the middle of nowhere, like 20 of them all in a cabin, like shooting at these creatures, which like might have just been really angry owls.
So I said this in that episode. I said I'm almost completely sure that it was a drug-induced thing, like because I've never taken acid, but I know that when you are that high, you are very like what's it called? Receptive, and you're very like suggestible to other people, right? So if someone was like, "Oh my god, there's an alien," like, "Oh my god, yeah, I can see it too," you can definitely have like a shared kind of psychosis.
Yeah, like glowing eyes and massive ears and like 3 foot tall and like being aggressive. They're just owls. They were like nesting owls.
Yeah. I'm into it.
Those poor owls. Okay,
alien or owl?
Lucy, honey, you first, baby.
I would marry the estuary, obviously, because I'm fucking insanely jealous of these powers. I would avoid the kappa. I'm not a big fan of cucumbers.
That's the issue you have with them.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. And then
Vegetable
I'd definitely make out with the goblins because they sound adorable.
Yeah, I'd say the same.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I was going to say the same as well, but now I feel pressured to change that. I think the estuary has to be wedded. I feel like we all owe that to her. The kappa is pretty fucked up. I'm not going to lie. I'm not too keen on it. It could be an interesting experience to make out with it, but
be very slimy.
No.
Slimy and cucumbery.
I'm not a big fan of cucumbers. Are quite strange.
I love cucumbers. Actually,
they're like a long.
They're just water.
But it's not really. It's more like it's like a water stick. I can just drink water and not bother eating it. You know what I mean? It's like watermelon.
Celery.
Why? Yeah, like why bother?
Oh no, celery's just gross.
Celery's disgusting. Yeah, I don't like watermelon either.
Yeah.
Drink a glass of water.
Watermelon's my favorite. I love watermelon.
Fuck, marry, kill watermelon.
fuck the water.
Yeah.
Fuck it up. Fuck it up. Okay, so we are all in agreement.
Yeah. And then finally, round 5. Okay. This is basically from like the least self-confidence to the most is how I did these creatures. Okay. So round 5. First creature is the squonk. A mythical creature said to live in the hemlock forests of northern Pennsylvania in the US. A pig-like creature with loose folds of skin covered in warts, which is so ashamed by its appearance that it hides from sight and spends most of its time weeping.
I love the squonk.
Poor guy.
I love it. It's so cute.
I know, it's gorgeous.
Katrina and I were like crying over it. Like we were like filming like a regular episode and had like a 20-minute fucking break to like discuss this.
No, we weren't even doing an episode. This was just, you were like, look at this thing.
And you were like,
and
oh
I nearly had a mental breakdown.
She was like, it looks like Billy, and I was like,
yeah, it looks like one of my dogs. It does.
I mean, like, she could show you Billy, but I think Billy would just like attack the microphone in a loving way.
Oh yeah. I couldn't pick
She's
Billy
like a
up.
barrel. She's like a
she's like a barrel.
Amazing.
I'll send you some
Amazing
pictures
dog.
later.
You would love her.
Next up, we have the Hulder, which we did an episode on. So a Scandinavian forest creature which looks like a beautiful woman but hides a fox or cow's tail under her dress. A very sexual being, she will grant you good luck if you sleep with her, or instead curse you with bad luck if you anger her. And last up, we have Zach Bagans, dramatic ghost dude bro.
Oh, babe. Zach, we love you. Zach Bagans.
Oh my gosh.
I
This
love
is a
him.
hard one.
So the squonk, least confident, but most identify with. Then we have the Hulder who, like, you know, she feels herself, but she can take rejection. If you're very kind to her about it. And then most pinnacle of confidence, Zach Bagans.
My favorite cryptid.
I would avoid Zach Bagans. I think I'd marry the squonk and
I
with the Hulder.
Oh my
I'd
God.
agree. I think the squonk I do identify with too much. But then I don't know if we could have that much like
you and the squonk would just be like, I hate myself, me too. Like,
yeah. I don't know if that's
like,
healthy.
You know, the way the same thing, you know, you marry any guy to give him, he needs a little boost. You can fix him.
No.
Every day, just make him look in the mirror and say, like, I am beautiful, I am important, I am smart.
Is that what you do to your husband?
Oh.
That's very sweet of you.
Aww.
I feel like it's wonderful how women choose to save men from themselves. We don't have to, but we do. Only to make more women.
Someone
That's
has
all
to.
fine. So I would I'm gonna fuck that Hulder for sure. I do not want to be cursed, and she sounds fit. The squonk, sadly, I will have to avoid you, my dear, to avoid passing on more of the depression. I'm gonna marry Zach Bagans because I want to own all of his shit, and there will be no prenup.
Okay.
So therefore, when I break up with him, it's all mine.
Nice.
And what's mine is ours, Catty. So, you know, it's all good.
Thank you.
It's a nice roundabout kind of, you know, you give and you take.
Yeah.
And I think, Zach, if you're listening to this, A, number one, I was kidding. B, number two, no, I wasn't actually. Thank you for your service. He's like
start a Twitter argument.
Yeah, I love Zach Bagans.
Please fight with me. I love you.
I want people to think that we're actually in a fight with Zach Bagans. You know, like Christine from And That's Why We Drink, and people think that like Zach Bagans actually hates her. I want it to be like that.
Should we make like a fake Zach Bagans account, like really ZachBagans.com? Like, oh my god, I hate spooky gals. Like, fuck you too, Zach. No, yeah, I would marry Zach Bagans to just like swindle him out of all of his wealth and all of his like cool shit.
I want that museum.
Oh yeah. Like, I'm sorry, like I marry for money, okay? For money. And he has the money.
It really does.
It's true.
Look at that pasty white boy face. You don't know that it's always like those like skinny loser looking white boys that have all the cash. I don't know why it is that way, but it just is that way.
He's pretty buff though.
White men.
I mean, like, okay, he wants us to think that he's buff. Okay, I don't believe it. It's probably all fillers. I mean, his hair is really cool. He has the same hair as my ex-girlfriend, which is very disturbing. No, like I will send you her picture. The glasses. Exact same hair. Okay. No, she didn't have glasses, but like the hair is identical.
I just can't with the blue steel looks.
Does he have a knuckle? He has a knuckle tattoo, and it's a crucifix.
Yeah. That's a hard avoid from
marrying.
He's too dramatic for me.
I love it.
Every single time he goes and he's just like, I'm possessed, I'm gonna go attack Aaron. And then
I love it. I love him so much. Like,
and then
a hard straight turn for Zach Bagans. I love you, baby.
Yeah, they go into like places and he has all of his like equipment on because he has asthma. And like he's all protected, and then he's like, "Go on, Aaron, go into that moldy old cell by yourself.
And
I'll
Aaron's
just be up
like,
here."
Really?
Going.
He's like, "Yeah, go on, Aaron, go." Aaron is super brave. Aaron is going inside. I'm here because I have asthma. And you're like, "Okay, Zach, whatever, honey, whatever." Oh, what a king! What a king!
Yeah.
Kathy, that was amazing.
Yes, it was a great game.
Thank you. Make sure to let us know which ones you would pick out of the Snog, Marry, Avoid. I will upload this to I will somehow put it in the episode description so you can download and play for yourself.
We're gonna send all of it to Zach
what your choices were.
Just like. I want to get blocked. I want to get blocked by Zach Bagans. That is my goal. Just amazing.
Achieved by the end of 2021.
We manifest it. Manifest. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, that's pretty much all we have for you today. Yeah,
thank you so much
for joining us, Lucy. It's been so fun.
Thank you, Lucy.
Sorry, we're a little strange.
I love it.
But you
so
fit
are
in
you.
Well.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, guys!
Right.
What a great
a
great way to spend my Thursday night.
Yeah. What time is it there now? It's like nearly midnight.
Nearly midnight, yeah. But it's cool. It's fine. I quit my job, so it's fine.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. I don't have a job anymore. It's great. Well, no, I've got a part-time job. So that's fine.
Not because of the success of the podcast, because
sadly
we make
not.
no money.
Yeah. But yeah, I just was like, you know what? I hate my job.
Yeah.
You know, I'm teaching drama, but okay. Same thing, but with like facial expressions. That's the only difference. But
Love it.
So yeah. But thank you so much, Lucy. You have been an absolute gem. Thank you
so
baby.
much, Lucy.
Yes, thank you both.
Oh, thank you. And thank you everybody else so much for listening. And we hope to have you back for the next episode.
Yay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Should I do my outro?
Yes, do the outro. Go on.
Okay, wait. If you want to get in touch for any reason, just to say hello or to send us a story of your own true paranormal or spooky experience, please email us at spookygirlspodcast@gmail.com. You can also check us out on Twitter @spookygirlspod and on Instagram @spookygirlspodcast. If you want to support us further, then you can become a patron by going to patreon.com/spookygirls, and from as little as $2 a month, you gain access to bonus episodes and other awesome content that we have planned for the future. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you all next time. Stay spooky. Goodbye. Bye-bye.